The latest is I actually believe, this is me talking, that the Harris campaign would do a Fox debate. It's the former president has come to the conclusion that there really shouldn't be another debate.
The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started. It's too late to do another. I'd love to in many ways.
I'm getting the sense from him and the campaign that they are moving past it. And they really, the holdup is not the Harris campaign and Fox. It is the former president.
Yes, you heard that right, folks. That was Fox News anchor Brett Baier admitting that it's former President Trump, not Vice President Harris, keeping his network from hosting a second debate between the two candidates before Election Day.
But it's too late. The voting is cast.
I'm sorry, it's too late. I'd love to have my ass handed to me for another 2 hours, but there's just no time. There's no time. There's no time.
I know that may come as a shock to anyone not cocooned off from reality, but it is the big, bad, free speech loving, anti-cancel culture alpha male Donald Trump who's running scared from another debate.
So are you saying that, let's say she did agree to it on Newsmax or on Fox, would Trump be open to it?
Look, I don't know. I don't think that's ever going to happen, so I don't want to talk in a hypothetical. We have proven that Donald Trump has, engaged in debates. Look, he undertook and engaged in maybe the greatest debate performance ever for a presidential candidate when he knocked Joe Biden out of the race. And Donald Trump's going to have an opportunity to do something in this election that no Republican's ever done. He's going to be 2 Democratic nominees for president to go on and win the White House, not just one.
Since Trump and Harris clashed in a debate hosted by ABC News earlier this month, it's clear to everyone not named Donald J. Trump that the Democratic candidate won the debate in a landslide. And the polls continue to show that the momentum has only shifted further in favor of the Harris-Walz ticket.
Polls for you. I'm talking about a slew of polls, a bevy of polls, a cornucopia of polling this morning. Seriously, if you went to bed last night concerned there was not enough battleground polling, like you woke up and it's a whole new world. Harry Enton is here to look at what it all means because it kind of tells a bit of a new story, Harry. And I want to start with Pennsylvania.
I do. And you woke up, you had your dictionary on you when you went to bed last night. All right. So this is in the Keystone State in Pennsylvania. All these polls were released in the last 24 hours. And we see a lot more blue than red on your screen. So Quinnipiac yesterday, +5 in Pennsylvania for Kamala Harris. The New York Times this morning just out a 4-point lead for Kamala Harris. Franklin and Marshall in Pennsylvania, a 3-point margin, a little bit closer. And Marist came out at midnight, or 12:01, came out with a tie. I will also note the Washington Post had a 1-point advantage for Kamala Harris.
And rather than try to avenge his horrific performance, Donald Trump first claimed that he wouldn't do another debate because only those who lost a debate would ask for another, right? Need I remind everyone that after Trump performed better than Biden clearly in the first debate, he swiftly asked for another debate soon after.
How dishonest was ABC? It was 3-on-1. How about this David Muir and the other woman I never heard of? I don't know. How the hell did she get there? I never heard of her.
And now, well, his latest excuse is that he's unwilling to do it on a biased network after Harris over the weekend accepted an invitation from CNN to debate Trump a second time next month. An offer Trump rejected before citing early voting already underway in some states.
Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this Saturday. I'm Frederica Whitfield. All right, we begin this hour with our breaking news. Vice President Kamala Harris has accepted an invitation from CNN to debate former President Trump on October 23rd. This would be their second meeting on a public debate stage and would take place in the final few weeks of the campaign. After initially rejecting a second debate with Harris following his September 10th showdown with her in Philadelphia last week, Trump suggested he might be open to another debate, saying, I'm quoting him, maybe if I got in the right mood, end quote. The CNN debate would mirror the June debate between Biden and Trump with a similar format in which Trump and this time Harris would field moderators' questions for 90 minutes without a live studio audience, and it would take place at the network's studios in Atlanta.
And if that wasn't enough to convince you that Trump is running scared, Fox host Brett Baier, who is in contact with both campaigns, said that he is, quote, getting the sense from Trump and the campaign that they aren't moving past it. And really the holdup is not the Harris campaign and Fox, it's the former president.
The latest is, I actually believe, this is me talking, that the Harris campaign would do a Fox debate. The former president has come to the conclusion that there really shouldn't be another debate. Now, his reasoning, don't know. I always thought that it would be like a bug zapper in the backyard for the former president, and that he couldn't get away from the light of 70 million viewers, and that he would have to eventually, just knowing him, do it if it was on Fox and something he could agree to. I'm getting the sense from him in the campaign that they are moving past it, and they really the holdup is not the Harris campaign and Fox. It is the former president.
Now, for those of you that have forgot, Trump previously advocated for he and Harris to debate on Fox, the top-watched cable channel that features a number of hosts who are vocally supportive of the Republican nominee. He went as far to admit during an appearance on Fox earlier this month that he would rather have one of the channel's primetime opinion hosts moderate a debate instead of Baier or Martha MacCallum.
When we started the interview, you said that you felt that you won the debate last night, your best ever. I think before the debate happened last night, the Kamala Harris people said that they would actually like to do another debate in October. And I know that last night Fox News sent letters to your campaign and her campaign offering 3 dates of debates moderated by Martha and Brett. One is October 9th in Arizona.
Well, I wouldn't want to have Martha and Brett. I'd love to have somebody else other than Martha and Brett. I'd love to have, frankly, Sean or Jesse or Laura, somebody else. Let's give other people a shot. But I didn't think Martha and Brett were good last night. I thought Jesse was fantastic last night. What he said, Jesse really got it. Jesse said Trump won that debate. We won that debate by a lot. No, I wouldn't want Martha involved.
Okay, Mr. President,
but I would take some others.
So these are the dates that Fox offered your campaign and Harris's campaign: October 9th in Arizona, October 15th in Georgia, October 16th in North Carolina. Of course, the big question is, would you want the microphones on when you're not, when the other person is talking? You want both microphones on at all times.
Well, she wanted a moment like she did with Mike Pence, but I actually got that moment too. I won that too because she was talking while I was speaking quite a bit, actually. She didn't know that people weren't listening too much or hearing, but I was hearing her, and I had a little fun with that. But look, here's a story. When two fighters fight, and one loses, the first thing they do is ask for a debate, or they ask for a fight. So in this case, a debate. So we had two people. They lost very badly. The first thing they did is ask for a debate, because that's when a fighter loses, he says, I want a rematch.
Here is what debate winners say.
So North Carolina, 2 nights ago, Donald Trump and I had our debate. We owe it to have another debate. Right? We owe it to the voters.
Another debate. And here is what debate losers say. There will be no third debate. So says Donald Trump.
But after this, isn't it obvious that he's running out of excuses? In fact, isn't it obvious that he's so scared he's sending out his aides to downplay any talk of a debate, even if hosted on Fox or their more extreme QAnon-loving cousin, Newsmax?
So what do you make of Trump saying it's, quote, too late to debate?
I mean, I think that the debate for Donald Trump was catastrophic. And Kamala Harris just really demonstrated both her prowess as a debater, as a prosecutor. She was able to go on offense. He came out looking terrible. We ran a number of focus groups. We've had lots of focus groups subsequently since the debate. Nobody thinks he won the debate. It really moved the needle in her direction with a lot of these swing voters. And so I think that the only way that Donald Trump debates again is if he sort of the bottom falls out of his campaign and they're just desperate for him to do something to try to change the dynamic. But I think right now, where it looks a little closer, he's too afraid to get back in the ring with her and afraid that it could do more damage to his campaign.
So I ask you, how is it possible to weigh all this up and come away with any other conclusion than this?
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.